I don't know about y'all, but I've been seeing a lot of people freak out on Twitter. A lot of people have been going viral the wrong way, you know, instead of having like a bunch of favorites, they have more comments. Yeah, some people have been popping off saying that Marvel Rivals is misogynistic. It's gonna kill Overwatch. They say that Overwatch should sue Marvel Rivals because they just copy and pasted their game. Man, there's a long list of things that people are complaining about. It's really weird. It's like they had to complain about Stellar Blade. They went crazy about that because there's hot women in there. And then, you know, they have another game that comes out and there's hot women in there. It's like they don't even care about Stellar Blade anymore. They just move on to the next thing. So it is what it is, man. But let's watch this video real quick. This is brought to us by GamingBolt. Why Marvel Rivals is catching on like wildfire. And boy, it's fun. It plays so good. GamingBolt.
With time, it's grown increasingly clear that the hero shooter space isn't one where too many games are likely to find success.
If I'm a betting man, this is the Overwatch killer.
Since Overwatch took the world by storm in 2016, multiple games have tried and failed to replicate its success, and even the last couple of years alone have brought them plenty of high-profile examples of similar failures.
Yep.
Earlier this year, Concord unfortunately proved to be
Boy. Bro, it amazes me how I forget about that game. It just slips out of my mind. One of the craziest, oh my gosh, biggest failure in the gaming industry. It's wild.
probably the biggest first-party slip-up
was.
in PlayStation history.
Gaming history. If there's something bigger, let me know down below in the comment section. I think it's the biggest ever. Big fail. What the fuck are we watching? Oh, is this Concord? I'm bored, bro. I'm finna skip.
Meanwhile, Overwatch 2 clearly has a healthy and thriving player base, so
Yep.
it's at least a successful game on that front. But Blizzard's follow-up here,
Let's be honest though, Overwatch 2, was it needed? Because they just stayed Overwatch? Probably.
hero shooter has provoked widespread criticism and backlash for a multitude of reasons, and it wouldn't be unfair to call it a disappointing sequel in the slightest.
Oh, it's a sequel that wasn't even needed. They just slapped a 2 on there, deleted the original game, and rebranded a couple things, promised a lot of things, didn't deliver on a lot of the stuff. It is what it is, man. Yeah, I think they were just. I think the rebrand was necessary in their eyes because they were getting so much shit for the monetization, for the loot boxes, all that kind of stuff. Is what it is, man.
And yet, as we bid adieu to
Not my game,
2024,
right?
the year is signing off on a high note with yet another major critical and commercial success.
Yep.
And the game is a hero shooter.
Never miss.
I honestly think this is probably the only situation where this could work. DC might have been able to pull this off, but Marvel is in a special spot right now since Endgames came out. And there's been some good movies, right? No Way Home was really good. I think Wanda's movie was good. Doctor Strange's movie. Actually, both of them were pretty good. Her TV show, right? Loki was good. There's a lot of good stuff out there, but most of it was mid, and most of it's unwatchable. In my opinion, it's very easy to sleep through, and this is just my opinion. Everyone can have their own opinion on the MCU as it is right now. But yeah, it's a perfect situation where there's a lot of people like me that are kind of bored of what's going on in the movies, but we love the characters. We've grown to love them even more because we put so much time into them through the Infinity Saga. And yeah, we miss them kind of. And then you throw it into a hero shooter where Overwatch is fun, in my opinion. I've never been the biggest Overwatch player. I'm not gonna lie. I played it a lot, and pretty much that was directly to one of my good friends. He loves the game. He got me to play it. His brother played the game. His girlfriend played the game. And that's pretty much it. So, you know, if I wanted to play with them, I played that game. And it was fun. It's a good game, bro. But there was something that never really intrigued me. There was a lot of characters in the game that I really just didn't like. They just look stupid. They look weird. Or their abilities just didn't feel like... It didn't have that oomph, right? And so yeah. It just, and then there's a lot of like weird shit. Like in Overwatch, aren't they all like they're gender fluid now, and they did a bunch of changing to it. I don't know. I love the people that love Overwatch. Great community, great people, especially my friends that play it. But I think this is like the perfect time, perfect storm, and I really do think that Overwatch might be a dying game. Like, and a lot of people might get mad at that, and that's been said a lot over the years, and the player base has stayed fairly consistent. But I'm noticing when I'm playing this game, there are a lot of gamer tags and nicknames on my team or going against me, and it's like Reaper 2000, Diva, Tank something. It's a lot of Overwatch names, and I have a feeling that the Overwatch fan base might be falling in love with the new game.
You're ready for action.
I haven't played as Rocket yet.
My cosmic might return.
I put about 6 hours in this game,
NetEase
I
Games'
think.
Marvel Rivals released just recently, and on the
to
back
play
of
more.
sustained hype and anticipation over several weeks and months, the
Yeah.
free-to-play multiplayer title
Ooh, bro, Widow is so much fun. The real Black Widow, bro. The only problem I like, the only like complaint I have if you like Widow, is I wish she was able to grapple stuff, like be able to like she has a super jump, but she should be able to like mantle, climb onto stuff easier. It's like the movement in Overwatch and in this game kind of feel weird. They just feel odd to me, which I wish they would be a little more updated. I do like how it's kind of slowed down, so when you do die, you feel that time, right? It's kind of how the old Overwatch used to feel, in my opinion, when I played it a little bit more. But yeah, dude, I love the speed of the game, but I wish certain characters' movement was a little bit more improved. It's a little janky in some areas, but this game has played like butter when it comes to like servers, connection, all that kind of stuff.
has not only attracted
great
a
for a
massive
launch.
audience of over 10 million players in just 3 days,
What?
Oh
my
the
God.
majority of that audience also seems ecstatic about how the game itself has turned out. At a time when it feels like the hero shooter genre and the Marvel license had both lost a significant chunk of the staggering popularity, one
Exactly.
that they both just recently enjoyed until not that long ago, Marvel Rivals has come along and proven that genuine quality can trump fatigue.
Yep.
That's it! Don't let anything stand in your way.
And I know the aesthetics don't really matter. They do matter, but gameplay is always going to be king, in my opinion. But the aesthetics feel familiar to Overwatch. Like, look at this. This looks like an Overwatch map. The design aspect feels like Overwatch. The characters' abilities feel like there's some that are like Widow, for instance, is fucking like Widowmaker, right? But she doesn't have her grapple, but she can kick someone and then grapple them in midair. There's certain differences they did, and there's gonna be people coming at this game like they did with Power World. And unfortunately, we're gonna talk about that situation. There's an update that came out that actually is showing that Power World has already been hurt by the lawsuit that they're going through by Nintendo, which is fucking terrible, man. But Overwatch can't do that to this game. This is backed by Disney. This is backed by Mickey Mouse. Now, they could, and they might be able to. They probably might cave just because of appearances, because of how Disney is. But I doubt they would, right? I don't know. That's a weird one. I could go 50-50 on each side. But yeah, it looks like Overwatch. It plays like Overwatch, but it's fucking Marvel, man. So cool.
And why exactly is that? Well, the most obvious and most important factor is just that genuine quality.
Yes.
First and foremost, Marvel Rivals is a great game, and deserving of praise
So
for a number
much
of
fun.
reasons. At its core,
I'm recording this at fucking 2:30 a.m. I usually start recording around 12 to 11 when people go to sleep, because I don't want to bother people if I yell or get like loud or whatever. Yeah, I was stuck on that game, man. Stuck.
regardless of which character you're playing as, the game feels fun, thanks to tight movement and solid balancing. While the variety exhibited across a massive roster makes things that much more impressive. There's 33 different
Yeah, the
Marvel
roster's
characters to
big,
play as,
man.
with the roster touting solid variety and representing a large number of beloved heroes and villains. From the most prominent names out there to a handful of deep cuts that some fans will appreciate.
Dude, Squirrel Girl? Who the fuck is this? Where is she even from, bro? so random. I thought I was like a Marvel geek, and like I thought I was deeply invested. Like I remember when the Infinity Saga was going on, and like people would talk about Marvel all the time, like normies and shit. And I would always like be giving them the rundown, and then there would be someone that would act like they know shit, and I'll be like, no, hold on, no, that's not how it is. And explain to them, and then it was awesome, man. But Squirrel Girl, who the fuck? Where's she from? There's a lot of characters on here that I don't know, which I was shocked. I was like, okay. This game's making me feel like a normie, and I kind of like it, right? It's kind of intriguing me to know different people. That character, not so much. I don't really give a fuck about that one. It's for the birds for me. And it's weird. There's like a gooner fascination with the Squirrel Girl. I guess maybe it's a furry thing too. I don't fucking know. I saw there was like a Steam. Someone took a screenshot of a Steam. Maybe it was a mod or game or demo. I don't know what it was, but it was like Squirrel Girl the Nudist, and it was this character. And this was before I played the game, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? And then when I played the game, it all clicked. I was like, oh, Overwatch fans are really liking this game. Interesting. And there was another tweet where it was like, and if this is going over your head, you might just skip forward because you don't understand the inside lingo. But there was one tweet where someone said that they were very surprised of how detailed they created the character models for the game. Like character artists were very intrigued, and it was gonna be easily replicatable and reusable and fan projects. You can imagine the comment section in that tweet. Yeah.
Appreciate. Crucially enough, the majority of that roster is a blast to play as. Obviously, with as many as 33 characters offered, not all of them are going to be equally enjoyable, while personal taste will
I feel so bad for Iron Man because he is so fucking easy to kill.
also come into play, but it's impressive just how well Marvel Rivals manages to make each of its characters feel fleshed out.
Yeah.
Experimenting with different characters in the early hours is a ton of fun. And it's just as satisfying to find characters that you like and then begin the process of mastering them, because, as you'd want with any hero shooter, the skill ceiling is pretty high here.
This cloak and dagger? No.
Powering up.
That put a spring in my
It's
step.
crazy, bro. This is, oh my god. Do y'all think that Overwatch, bro, do you think they might sue them? Because it is so similar. And people really, I don't know if they have patents and shit on Overwatch. I doubt they do. But maybe every fucking gaming company does that. I don't think they would, but fuck. I love this game, and I love that this is happening. But I hate the fact that people are shining like a negative light on it because it's so much like Overwatch. This is just making like games better. All I want at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck if it's on PlayStation, on Xbox, on PC, on Switch. I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, I want the best product possible. And I think that's what we're getting here, man. I really do.
Obviously, you have to acknowledge the elephant in the room and admit that Marvel Rivals isn't exactly the most original game in the world. In fact, fans of Overwatch's 6v6 affairs will find a lot of similarities here. The map design, the different archetypes that the characters fall into, the way specific heroes play.
I'm mad that they nerfed I almost said Widowmaker, Black Widow's fucking sniper. Dude, you don't get one headshot isn't a fucking instant kill. It's so annoying, especially on squishies. That should be easily 100, 250, I don't know, but man, it's so stupid.
In a lot of the UI, Marvel Rivals clearly isn't shy about how heavily it borrows from Blizzard Entertainment's trailblazing hero shooter.
No, they lean into it.
Of course, NetEase's outing does throw in some of its own wrinkles, whether that's the excellent ways it uses the Marvel's license, more on that in a bit, to how it sprinkles in elements of environmental destructibility to its meta progression or more, but there's no denying that there's a lot of overlap here. Funnily enough, however, I think that might be exactly what works so well in Marvel Rivals' favor, as the general discontent over Overwatch 2 and its changes has shown, it clearly did not scratch that classic Overwatch itch the way that fans wanted it to. So
I just had a really weird thought in my mind, because I love Marvel so much, and I was just like, what if Star Wars, and I know they won't do this, but what if they made like a Halo rip off and made it Star Wars. Would that work? I don't know how they would make that work, especially with Jedi and shit. But I don't know.
It's not surprising
Food for
that Marvel
thought.
Rivals, a game that does just that, has drawn such a massive audience right out the gate.
Yeah.
And of course, the fact that the game uses the Marvel IP does help. We're all collectively feeling plenty of Marvel fatigue, yes, but the IP is still
Not
absolutely
anymore,
massive.
bro.
And
Not anymore. I do not have fatigue for it. Am I excited for the new Captain America? Not really. I'll go watch it, right? I'm not excited for the movies and shit. I'm excited for like a Loki season 3 if they ever do that. I'm excited for certain plot lines, but yeah. There's some fatigue, but it's almost like I'm not even tired of it anymore. I just don't even care, you know?
the prospect of a multiplayer game that
This
lets
shit's
players battle
dope.
with and against each other while playing as a variety of different beloved Marvel characters was
Yeah.
always going to have immense appeal.
Oh yeah. And also, this is also like this just works so much better than Overwatch did too, because Overwatch didn't have like they try to make plot lines and stories and stuff like that would make sense. Marvel already has that shit on deck. They don't have to go and make all these fucking subplots and shit like that. If they ever try to make like a fucking environment or shooter, you know, like a campaign, it could be so good, and they have easy direction to go wherever they want. But I love how the lines of the characters talking to each other, everyone understand what's going on. If you know Marvel, you understand the lines, and it means more to me. It just means so much more.
Get up. These come in real handy. This.
Whoever thought of this idea is a fucking genius. I was gonna say that.
Final 10 seconds! Double KO!
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of sad it came
More
out.
importantly,
I'm kind of sad it came out the end of the year, because easily this better be up for the Game Awards next year, because this shit should win an award.
Marvel Rivals
'Cause
doesn't
You gotta think about it. Overwatch won Game of the Year. You're telling me this game doesn't deserve a award? This game is fun as fuck.
waste
so
its
much fun,
license.
man.
It brings all characters in its roster to life spectacularly, and feels like exactly the sort of Marvel MOBA that many have doubtless been dreaming about for
Yeah.
years,
Yeah.
touting top-notch production values, a gorgeous and eye-catching
Ooh,
art
that boy
style,
Iron
and
Fist.
authentic and comprehensive adaptation of the source material. Rivals does a great job of making good on its promises, so far at least. Running through a map and watching Captain America and the Hulk trading blows on the ground while Adam Warlock and Doctor Strange float up above and engage in a magical duel
Bro, listening to Hulk and fucking Wolverine banter is gold.
can't
bro.
help but
They really need to bring Deadpool into this game. It would be phenomenal.
have a smile plastered across your face.
And then have him break the fourth wall and fucking call out, be like, man, y'all remember Overwatch? Or have him just say Overwatch somehow. It would be fucking hilarious.
There are other factors at
Oh,
play
man.
too, chief among them being the fact that Marvel Rivals is a free-to-play game. Being a paid release was
Yep.
one of several grave mistakes that Concord made earlier this year, so
Yep.
it's always a relief to see
And it's also a barrier for new people to get into Overwatch. Actually, I think it's free to play now, isn't it? You used to have to buy it back in the day.
other games not making
good
that
old days, at
mistake.
least.
A well-made hero shooter using the Marvel license was always going to attract players in droves if it was a free-to-play experience.
Yeah.
And clearly, NetEase was well aware of that fact, so props to them for making that decision. On top of that, the game also adopts some audience-friendly practices such as having battle passes that don't expire, which is always a great way to help build an
That's
audience.
awesome.
Admittedly, in-game pricing is not that much different from what we've seen in Overwatch 2, so the jury's still out on that front. Of course, it's also worth stressing the fact that it's still early days for Marvel Rivals. This is a live service game, which means even though it may have gotten off to an impressive start, which
Yep.
it clearly has,
Yep.
it's going to be judged on how it takes forward from here. There's been no shortage of games that have managed to bungle successful starts with a series of poor post-launch decisions or disappointing support, so there's still a lot of work left ahead for NetEase Games. The developer is, of course, promising a seasonal model, with each season also bringing new content in the form of heroes, maps, battle passes, and more.
I'll say it, Fortnite does it very well, but at the end of the day, most companies, I don't really know anyone else that does it as well as Fortnite does. And Fortnite's had some dud seasons too. But let's be real, like live service games typically fail. They really do, and it feels like every single game nowadays is live service. But I mean, that's the price we pay for playing for free.
Hopefully, that support will be able to help the game maintain strong momentum as it forges ahead.
Goodbye.
If I close my eyes, I might even think I'm listening to Overwatch. It's crazy.
In the here and now, NetEase deserves credit for having
Like I honestly, I'm gonna say this like straight up. I don't have any problem with what they did. I really don't. I really love what they did. It's an amazing game. I do think there's more of a case to be mad at this game than Power World. To be frank, bro. Like, come on. Like, it's not the fucking same. Like, okay, they're actually pretty similar. But still, like, either way, they're both fucking amazing games, and fuck anybody that hates on them. That's how I
developed
feel,
a
bro.
legitimately enjoyable
Fuck 'em.
hero shooter that may or may not be the most unique or original experience, but delivers plenty of fun, and does it all with a great Marvel wrapper.
Oof.
If it can continue to move from strength to strength in the months ahead, Marvel Rivals could easily become another long-running hero shooter success story.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, did you know that we at GamingBolt upload new videos every day? Stick around.
Bro, he does a really good job, man. This is a good video. I've reacted, I think, maybe one or two of his videos in the past. Dude, if GamingBolt, you ever see this, I love your videos. You do tremendous work. Go subscribe to him. Another point I want to talk about with this whole situation is there's also the rebalancing of heroes, right? Because there's a lot of tributes you could say that Overwatch has, and Marvel Rivals has kind of flip-flopped. They've kind of switched some of those skills, attributes, whatever it might be, to different characters, and kind of like shuffle the deck in a way, which I actually think it plays very good right now. We'll figure out balancing. I'll know probably in 2 weeks, maybe 3, for balancing if it's kind of off or not. Because like at the end of the day, I'm still learning the game. I'm still learning the players. I've only played probably like 8 of them at this time, like a good amount. So yeah, dude, this was a great video. Marvel Rivals shocked me. It's been a lot of fun, man. It really has. Let's look at the comment section. Because it is a well-made game, has very few bugs, is a free-to-play, has a major IP to draw from, and is a joy to play. Well said, Justin. We've been wanting a quality game where we can battle as all of our favorite Marvel characters, and finally, it's here. Something about Overwatch doesn't captivate me like Marvel Rivals does. This is the whole theme I'm trying to talk about. Exactly. It just never has. It was a really fun game, but something was just like off about it where it just didn't sit with me, right? I don't know if that's the nostalgia. It's definitely the nostalgia with Marvel. But I don't know if that's a problem with Overwatch itself, with its characters, with its lore, how it was developed, how they try to connect like story elements to but it just felt forced in a way, just like a thin layer of icing. I don't know exactly what it is, but it just never felt compelling, I guess. Finally, a good game with beautiful characters, bro, 100%. 100, bro. If they would have nerfed this and it was like fucking, oh my god, imagine if it was like Belgard, bro. Shit. Honestly, the gameplay is so good, I would probably still play it, but I think it definitely, the aesthetics is like a thicker layer of icing, you know. It's got so much amazing cake underneath it. No pun intended, but it's overall really fucking good, right? Yeah, that's all I'm gonna look at, man. It is a phenomenal video. Like I said, go give him a like, go give him a sub if you want. We're gonna be talking about Overwatch. We're gonna be talking about Marvel Rivals probably in the near future, because I'm sure there's gonna be a huge wave of hate now that, you know, Gamergate 2, Goonergate, whatever it is called nowadays, it's going on full blast. And with Stellar Blade, it kind of never ended, right? It's just quiet. You know, the storm has been quiet lately ever since you know, got nominated for some awards, and there's some other, you know, games they want to attack. And then they're also defending Veilcorn as well. You know, those people are very busy, but I'm sure it's gonna get a lot of hate. And if you see some videos or whatever it might be that you want me to react to, by all means, your boy will. But yeah, hit that like button. It's easy as fuck. It's just a little click, because I cuss, I keep it real, I keep it authentic. I'm not trying to tailor myself for you or anything like that. And also hit that sub button, man. We're getting close to 2,000 recurring viewers on this channel in the last month. So bro, come on. We're at almost 400 subs right now. Let's get to that 1K, get monetized, and let your boy hire. I'm trying to outsource the money we make on the channel to hire some animators to make a little short film or something like that. Maybe my own like style of Overwatch clip. You know, you have little short stories. I don't know. But I want to do something for y'all. But yeah, that's the vibe, man. Appreciate y'all watching, man. My name is Trey Swish. You probably already know that. If you're new here, make sure you sub to join the ether. And thank you for watching the ether. And I'll see you in the next one. Deuces. Also click those videos by my face in the middle button, motherfucker. I'll see you later. Bye, bye, bye. I'm getting bad. I'm getting terrible at these outros. I was on a roll, and then it all fell apart.